Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
Oh, yeah, we're all showing off our outfits today. We, the people, are pissed off.
Damn straight.
How are you guys?
It's a revolution.
It is
Rocking
a
and
revolution.
rolling.
It is. We, the people, are pissed off. We're not going to take it anymore.
Join the revolution.
Gonna take it.
That's it. Kimberly's Revolution with Revere Realty. We are here. It is Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day.
And later on,
Kip.
Hump night? I don't know.
and later on,
Oh, look at your flag.
Oh.
and
We,
later-
the people, are pissed off.
Is that actually what it says? We the people are pissed off?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they changed it later because they thought it was a little too aggressive. We don't want to look, too aggressive.
we the people are pissed off.
Oh, now we're going to change. There we go. We got to get the camera
Oh,
right
here we
here.
go.
There we go. Yeah, we are. Where'd you get your sweatshirt? Where'd you get that?
I got this in Long Island this
Oh,
week
wait a
That's right.
minute.
from my friends and my fellow patriots in Long Island.
We got to disinfect Chad from being in your city.
Downstate. Spray the Lysol all over.
We got to disinfect them.
Tom had the
Spray it all. It's my mouth.
spray. Yeah, we've had to
It's hump day,
spray.
and now it's in my mouth.
Hey, Joanne, how are you? Hey, Joanne says, hey, Kimberly, hey, guys.
Smells nice.
We have Chad, who just went down to Long Island. We had to spray him with Lysol.
Now I got to smell that shit. The show.
We,
Smells good.
of course, we have Tom, who is also from Revere Realty, the two brokers
Hello,
that
America.
own the company where I work, where someone said today, hey, don't think you can't get fired. And I'm just going to ask you, are you ever going to fire me? Is there any situation where you might fire me?
We'll make it a solid maybe.
Okay.
I am going to. I'm going to require to see your voting ballot at every election, and it's on who you need to vote for.
Someone says they like your hat. Stephanie says she likes your
Oh,
hat.
like Cardinals.
I mean,
That's
you got a lot
Fisher
going on.
Cardinals.
That's St. John Fisher Cardinals
Okay,
right there.
I got you guys, not to be outdone by Tom, because I feel like every week
Well,
all of the attention is on you, Tom. I mean, you are the hot one.
well,
of the bunch.
after you're done presenting your sweatshirt, I will tell you why I'm wearing my shirt. So go ahead.
Does this flag trigger anyone?
I'm very triggered by by that flag. Oh wait, do my red boots trigger you guys? See my red
Whoa.
boots, huh?
Absolutely, princess.
They're ooh la la français.
Are we at Foxy's or are we at Fitzy's?
Is Foxy's open yet,
They're
Chad?
red boots.
It looks like we might be at Foxy's.
Because I'm feeling very festive, so I wear my Santa sweatshirt. I wear my red boots. I mean, I can't be outdone by you guys
All right,
every single
Kimberlina.
week.
I'm feeling
I feel like I have to bring it.
pissed
Pissed
off.
The name of the show today is "Tell Us More Lies." Tell us more lies, and we'll tell you why
I
we're
have a
pissed off
surprise.
for more lies.
I have a surprise
What's your
before you
surprise?
get there. The reason why I'm wearing this shirt,
Yeah.
what color is the shirt for?
Well, the shirt is blue.
It's blue, right?
Okay, so I don't. Is this
Does
a
he have
quiz?
more props? What is he going to spray me with now?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, we got
Look
the
at
folders.
folder.
Look how happy.
See?
Look
how
at
happy
the-
we are.
That is
Here you
beautiful.
go, princess.
Patty Bardine.
Revere Realty is in the house.
We have folders. We're legit.
Thank you, Chris. Love you.
And I love the two colors.
Did that company that fired you give you any folders?
They didn't give me shit.
They gave you a pink slip.
They gave me.
We gave you blue folders.
I didn't even last an hour there. I mean,
That's a record.
this is basically they announced it and then they fired me an hour later. These look nice.
Right, so now you know why I wore my blue shirt.
That looks really. Sorry, something fell on the floor.
Tom accessorizes the company folders with his shirt.
Yep.
And it only
Phenomenal.
took you a week.
Well, it took Chad's mom a week. I didn't really do anything.
I know. And you make sure to tell me exactly how much they were going to cost, too, so that I would feel
What a jerk.
A little bit
exceptionally
guilty.
bad. Yeah.
When I saw that text exchange between the two of you, I just shook my head. I go, oh, geez,
I know, Elizabeth. Elizabeth says, look at those professional folders. No one can tell us that we're not a professional real estate agency with a podcast that is, borderline, I don't know.
All right, very good.
Inappropriate.
borderline inappropriate. There you go.
On with the show.
So
Yeah.
if you list your house with Revere Realty,
You get one of these
you
folders.
get a folder. What else could you ask for?
You get one of these folders. Oh, and so by the way, I was going to say, to everyone, last week we said that the real estate industry is going gangbusters. So your godmother is in town from California.
Yes, Aunt Mel.
And Aunt Mel is a listener and a watcher of Kimberly's Revolution, the podcast, which is on YouTube. So do you know how many people were away, subscribers were away from 1,000? We're only a couple subscribers. I think we can get to 1,000 today. If you guys tell your friends.
A free folder. If you're the 1,000th subscriber, you get a free folder.
You will, too. I'll send you this folder, and I'll sign it, and then I'll put
That's
a
a
lipstick
great
mark on
idea.
it. I'll give you a big kiss on the folder.
A big Foxy's kiss.
But yeah, so I was taking, because your aunt is moving here from California. Your aunt, your godmother, really. You call her Aunt Mel.
Yeah, she's my godmother.
But your godmother. So she's moving from Orange County, California, and she's moving back to Rochester. She's from here. So I'm taking her around houses in Irondequoit the other day because she's going to buy very shortly and going to make the move. And
Rhonda Hood.
I took her to, we didn't even get to see one house. And Monday it was available, and by Tuesday morning it was already under contract. So if anyone says to you, "Oh,
Hi,
man,
Marilyn.
I can't put my house on the market. There's too much. I've got to do too much. I've got to do this and that." All you really need to do is clean up your house. Get it really, really clean. Remove all the clutter. And don't worry about,
Spray some Lysol.
I got to redo a bathroom. Oh, I can't sell my house. I've got to redo the kitchen. Don't do any of that. Just clean it up the best you can. Get rid of all the clutter. And then when you think you've got rid of the clutter, go back and get rid of more clutter, right? Because I'm telling you, people don't care. They're going to do their own thing. Like we sold a house in an hour in Irondequoit over there by Charlotte, right off of Thomas, and sold that house. And all he really did was got rid of the old, nasty, original carpet from 1980 and painted it. And it went over asking. So for all those people that say, hey, I feel like I've got to do this and this, don't waste the money. Because generally the buyers are going to come in and they're going to do what they want to anyway to the house.
In 10 weeks, she became the radio and the real estate expert at
Right.
Revere
You'll
Realty.
get a folder. List your
is
house
great.
and you'll get a folder.
You know what they tell you in real estate appraisal school the first day?
Oh, what's that?
I didn't even know there was a school. No, they were
You're
just
fired?
classes. No. As an appraiser, you answer things with two answers to every question. One of them is it depends. Right. And the second one is from the market. So remember that.
Yeah,
when
I got
somebody asks you something, you always answer it depends or, well, let me go look at the market and see what it tells me.
So you don't have to do a bunch of crap to your house to get it all. Hey, if Foxy's is closed still, yeah, Dan, you're making me wonder why you would know that Foxy's is.
We've moved.
I was wondering.
Head on over, Dan. Foxy's has moved.
My red boot. Whoop, whoop.
Foxy's is now Fitzy's.
Exactly. So the name of the show today is Tell Us More Lies, because we're lied to by the government on the number of votes that were, nationwide. We're lied to by the government on if the election was legit, because we know it wasn't. We're lied to on, hey, the vaccine is 99% effective. Oh, don't worry about all of the, the side effects, like if you have major allergies. We'll get to that. So we're lied to about
If it kills you.
right, whether or not it
Don't worry
kills you.
about that.
We're lied to about, hey, it's going to make COVID better. They tell us 2021 is going to be better. That's just a matter of who you are if next year is going to be better. Somebody said to me the other day.
With Biden, it will be better.
Yeah, and no.
Of course. It's a no-brainer.
I will just tell you, I really don't think it matters who's president. It's really not going to make a big impact on your life, I don't think, for the most part.
I agree.
But I will tell you, 2021 isn't going to be any better if your attitude doesn't change, right? I mean, someone says, hey, Kimberly, you got to think 2020 sucks. And I'm like,
Just broke the chair.
You break it, you buy it. We can't afford to buy anything else here.
No, we're already over budget, Chad.
Don't worry,
Over
Fitzy, I
budget.
fixed it.
So we're lied to a lot, right? So we're gonna break. I got something. I got this one.
I thought Tom was going to sing that for us.
Well, Kimberly told me you don't talk over the promo. Damn it, I did it again.
Over the drop.
He talks over, yeah. Yeah, so
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
so I got it ready for you. So that is
Fleetwood Mac?
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah,
Love it.
it is actually.
I wasn't born yet.
So 2021 kind of depends on you, the P and the P, the perspective and your perception, right? Whether or not 2021 is going to be any
P and
better.
P?
The P and the P.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
I've never heard that.
And we're going to break another story down about inmates at the county jail that are going to get a couple of FaceTimes, a 30-minute video conference with their family, and two 15-minute phone calls that are at a discount to the family. But someone on Twitter, and I'll let you guess who, she might be the most liberal person that we know in the area.
Is that,
is-
Miss Rachel?
Miss Rachel, who said that, hey, there is documented proof that inmates who have contact outside, of the jail don't reoffend. And I'm like, that is a bald-faced lie. That is a 100% straight-up lie.
Well, what did she cite as her statistics?
Maybe
She
we
doesn't
can
have any.
She just made it up?
Made it
maybe
up.
we can bust them to
Made it
Foxy's. That's some outside contact.
Meanwhile,
It is
at the
outside
at the nursing homes, right? You got to your best shot at a visit is to walk up to the window and wave at grandma, right?
That's it.
That's all you can do.
That is it. So we have a picture before we get started with everything. Last week we mentioned at the Genesee Brew House they're not going to do the keg tree. Well, Shamrock Jack in Seabury said, "Well,
Loves Shamrock Jack.
then we'll do a tree." And they
Nice.
did. Shamrock Jack's in Irondequoit.
I was there last Friday night.
What were you doing last Friday night?
I had dinner with my 3 daughters.
Nice.
It was me and the girls.
Were you responsible for emptying some of those?
If I was not with my 3 girls, then perhaps I would have been.
Those are Jameson bottles.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah.
see that. I'm not sure if it wasn't up as of last Friday night.
They're
but
not full, of course.
We parked in the back lot. I didn't see that.
It's beautiful, though, isn't it?
really
Yeah.
is.
I don't know who put that up at Shamrock Jack's, but that is amazing. So if you're in Seabreeze area, which is kind of where your godmother, Aunt Mel.
Oh, yeah, that's where she's looking.
That's where she's looking because she says, I want to be able to walk to Shamrock Jack's. And I'm like, I've heard a lot of needs in houses, like I need to be in a really good school district.
Right.
I'd really like acreage for the horses. And oh,
Right.
yeah, I want to be able to walk to Shamrock Jack's.
Well, welcome to the Hummel family.
That's
I'm like, hey,
that's one of my priorities in life.
we all have wants and needs, right?
That's right.
Right.
So we should do our best as realtors
I don't see anything wrong with that request,
to
Kimberlina.
meet. If anyone's selling a house in that area of Seabreeze, let me know because I have a buyer. I have a buyer who wants to buy in that area. So if you're thinking about selling, Aunt Mel is looking to buy.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Mel's got cash.
she does have cash.
She's ready to roll.
Let me just tell you, cash offer is the king,
Cash
right?
is king. Cash is king.
Cash is king. So the other thing that I have to show you is the Christmas butter is out. I know.
My
I know you
wife
want it.
Lori,
I know
we're
you
at
want
Wegmans.
There it is.
We're at Wegmans, and
hell's that?
she goes, you should buy that for Kimberly. I said, she's probably already got it.
It's yeah.
I'm
of
blind. I got to
course
move in
do.
here. What are we looking at here?
That's a Christmas butter.
Christmas butter.
They have the turkey.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, that's stupid.
Over in Chile, they had it above the Zweigel's hot dogs.
You can't miss it at Wegmans.
Right.
They have it at Tops. They have it everywhere. You
Fitzy, don't you screen any of this stuff before you put it out?
Hey, listen, he does as I tell him. He does it.
I got to start getting here earlier.
So,
Right.
So why are we vaccinating 90-year-olds? Can someone tell me that? So the lady in the UK
Oh, God.
is 90 years old. All right, she's at death's door just, because of her age. Why are we vaccinating 90-year-olds? Did you think about that? I'm like,
We are
That
living.
makes no sense.
Because we're trying to save their lives? No?
they've already had quite a good life.
Yeah,
And
she's
I'm not-
already like 14 years past her life expectancy.
Really?
We're- I mean, what do we have? We have a set, goal of who we're going to vaccinate, right? Workers, nursing home workers, that sort of thing.
Right.
I just don't get making 90-year-olds the priority. I mean, people might think I'm a dick for saying that, but I honestly think...
Yeah, you could sign me up for that, maybe.
That's going to really screw things up when the 90-year-olds start dying just because they're 90.
Well,
right?
yeah,
It kind of screws up your whole deal that you've got going on.
That's a great point, though. Not to get into the weeds, but that's a great point you bring up, because if the virus is so bad that we need to get the vaccine out so quickly,
yes,
and we've bypassed a lot of the clinical trials and things that would normally be done before a vaccine hits the market. If our situation in the world right now is so dire that we need this vaccine immediately, then yes, why would we prioritize it with individuals that are 90?
Are 90.
Right? Shouldn't we be giving it to young, healthy people that are getting ready to step outside and get the virus and die in 5 minutes?
Well, I think what we're trying to do is to get people out there so they can get the economy back up and going.
No, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to spend money, right? I mean, the vaccine companies have billions of dollars vested in this. They need to recover their investment now. The vaccine needs to get out there. It needs to be utilized. It needs to be bought and paid for by all of our governments.
Right, yes.
And that's exactly, it's just a classic follow the money.
And
follow the money.
And the government says, oh, but guess what? We're going to give you the vaccine, but you're going to have to continue to wear your mask. And I'm like,
I heard that.
Damn. What's the point?
Right.
I mean, you're getting the
That's
vaccine.
stupid.
Why the hell would you have to wear the mask?
Can't you have like an I voted sticker, but you have an I vaccine sticker?
Aren't you guys sick of the lies and just the bull? I mean,
it's
you don't even anymore, and you can't believe anything they're telling you because it's just all pumped up to I don't know. I think level the economy and level people that were doing well before this whole thing started.
Yeah, in order for them to change the world, they got to go back to the beginning and they got to destroy everything first.
Oh, it's just it's sickening to me.
If you try to evaluate this stuff on a macro level, it becomes mind-boggling, right?
It really does.
That, and when you explain to somebody what your point is, it kind of gets lost. So let's just take it to a very simple micro level right here in Rochester,
right
in Monroe County. As we know, recently we were put into these micro cluster zones. We talked about it a little bit last week with the orange and the red.
Yeah.
Well, now it's changing. They're changing the metrics from the positivity rate.
Right.
They're changing the metrics to the hospitalization rate. Yet the places that were put into the orange zone under the metrics of positivity rates are not going to be released from the orange zone if they don't hit the metric under the hospitalization rate. So it's just it's just bizarre.
Is the 15 days to control the spread over yet?
Yeah, 14 days, right?
Well,
to flatten the curve.
So I was taking your Aunt Mel around and we're looking at houses and she said, what are some good places to go?
Is Aunt Mel paying for this episode?
No, Rivera, of course.
Well, she kind of is, Chad.
So we're driving past Hooligans on West Ridge Road and we're going over to look at a house in Greece over by the mall. Yeah. Because she actually grew up over there.
Love Hooligans.
And it's closed.
It's closed.
Hooligans is closed?
But Longhorn
across the street is open.
Which is basically down and Kitty Corner is open.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's actually on the same side of Ridge Road, isn't it? Yeah. It's just in a different little nook.
Wait a minute.
Hooligans.
I got to go.
I know. And Longhorn is open.
Yes.
And I don't understand it. Okay. And I didn't even believe your aunt when she told me. She goes, oh, yeah, it's closed.
Yeah, well, here's another example. In the 14609 on Empire Boulevard, there is a bar restaurant on the south side of Empire Boulevard that is shut down.
Yeah.
In fact, McGregor's is shut down.
Okay.
McGregor's put a for sale sign up.
I did not know that.
The McGregor's, the word is, the McGregor's just put their for sale sign up when they were shut down in the 14609 orange zone. Now, across the street on the north side of Empire Boulevard.
Right, the lake side.
The bay side.
Yeah, the bay side.
Right on the bay side, there is a particular restaurant that's also in the 14609, but they're open because when the county health department drew the line literally they went down Empire Boulevard and they drew the line right down the center of Empire Boulevard and put restaurants on one side of the road in the yellow, restaurants on the other side. It's all about your safety, though.
So basically, you
all
go
about
out
your
of business.
safety.
You're going out of business because you're on the wrong side of the street.
It's not stupid.
That's
it's unconstitutional.
It's ridiculous. Hey, Ginger says, so I can go to Walmart and Wegmans, hundreds of people, but I can't be in person at a doctor's appointment, to be support to someone that's ill in the family.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
One person can go as a support person.
But here's what makes me mad. If I'm a business owner and my competition of the city, I have to F you. We're trying to make a living.
Beep.
Let me just give you a number that's going to drive you crazy. Let me just
7.
it is
No.
70.
Oh, it's close.
70,000 restaurants are out of business as of last week because of the coronavirus.
Are you counting
virus.
Friendlies in that? Because they've been gone for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Where
But
countrywide or
yes,
in the U.S.
in the U.S.
70,000?
and it's going to grow exponentially, of course, because
Oh, yeah.
What's the ripple effect on that in the economy?
I can't even think about it. The waitress, the chefs, the cooks, whatever. Because if you don't think it doesn't have a trickle down, maybe you've never been in an economics class.
Well, we know trickle down economics doesn't work. That's what the Democrats tell us.
You got something trickling down your leg right now.
Makes
looks
my
like.
head hurt.
As long as it's not your hand, we're good.
We know the gender. No one's allowed to. Like
No.
when my mom was sick, I couldn't, and we went to the hospital to Unity several weeks ago. I could go into the emergency room with her to get her logged in, but I couldn't stay. I had to sit out in the parking lot or go home and wait for their phone calls. I mean, that's...
You didn't get one of those support chairs where there's a sign on the chair that says this is for the patient and this is for the support person.
No, you can't have... You can have a support animal, but not a support person.
No, when you go to I've been to some medical offices in the last few weeks, and they have their chairs set up in their lobbies, and they have 2 chairs side by side.
Well, I think that's different than going into the emergency room or going in to sit with someone if they're having surgery. And doctors' offices are different. Like, doctor's office with my mother, we're having a hell of a time getting her blood pressure under control. But you can't, like when my friend Mimi had breast cancer surgery and had to have a double mastectomy. God bless Mimi, we love her. Her husband couldn't go in to the hospital with her while she was having breast cancer surgery. He had to drop her off, where you go to drop people off pre-surgery, and then he had to wait outside in the parking lot for, the call that said, yeah, she's okay. She's, couldn't go up and visit her after surgery or anything. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah.
Everything is absurd.
So last week there was a video we played of a guy in Long Island who
Beep.
out of his mind because this restaurant was closing, and the guy's trying to keep his livelihood, right? He's trying to keep his head above water. He's trying not to go bankrupt. And so you decided...
He's trying to be an American.
You got in your car Saturday morning, drove down to New York City as we're spraying him because of germs coming out of New York City. You go down and you...
Fitzy, you're going to get sued because when I get the Lysol in my lungs and this is in your estate...
It's like Agent Orange.
It's in my mouth.
Don't give anybody any
Lysol.
ideas, Chad,
Gets
please.
in and eats your lungs up.
This is a hostile work
So
environment.
what happened, Chad, when
So
you were in New York City?
You decided.
I went to
thought you were
Long Island.
Yeah, I could not believe you went down for this major protest.
I went out to the island.
And now
Yeah.
the news.
I went out to Long Island and hung out with my fellow patriots in Long Island.
Yeah, you did.
And I heard a whole lot of fucking F-bombs. Okay? People like to say, every other word was the F word. These fucking people say the F word at 3, 4 fuck. They say it like every word. They don't F word every other word. They just know F word down there in Long Island. It's
like,
unbelievable.
We the people.
Yeah.
We're pissed.
It's unbelievable how these people talk down in Long Island. Out of my element. They wanted to know where the fuck I was from. They're like, where the fuck is
Say,
Rochester?
The world of civilized people, Western New York, where we don't have to use the F word, every other word to get our point across. I know.
They're like, did you ride a fucking cow here?
You thought you were in the Sopranos episode, right?
Exactly. So I park my truck, right? I get deep into Long Island, right?
First off, what time did you get up to
deep
leave?
into Long Island.
I got to hand it to you. A lot of people would have said, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to the protest. I'm going down to New York City. I'm going to get with the people. We're going to become one.
And
We're
then
going to
bail out.
fight. And then they don't.
Exactly.
They don't. You're like, 4:30 in the morning, I'm going back to sleep.
Well, I'll be honest with
But
you.
you did.
I almost pulled that maneuver. So I set my alarm clock for 4:30, and this is how it went. I wake up at 4:30. I knew I needed to be on the road by 5:15 at the latest. And I kind of had second thoughts. I kind of rolled around for about 15, 20 minutes deciding on whether I was going to go. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, do I really want to drive 6 hours, hang out for a couple, and then drive 6 hours back? And then what happened was my mind was made up for me. Because apparently I had inadvertently woke up my wife, Maggie, as I was kind of rolling around deciding.
Did Maggie want to go?
No, Maggie wasn't going. Maggie wasn't going. But what happened was I woke her up on accident.
No, boy.
And she's like, what are you doing? She looks at the clock. It's like 5 o'clock.
Did you poke her with something, Chad?
I'm like, I'm trying to decide.
Merry Christmas.
I'm trying to decide whether. Shut up. I'm trying to decide. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to go. And she goes, get out of this bed and go, because I'm not going to lay here while you roll around all morning.
Trying to figure out whether you're going to
Exactly. So basically, she kicked me out of bed, and I got in the car and went. And I took the 6-hour drive. Who knew you had to drive through 2 states in order to get to a city within your own state? I drove. My GPS took me through Pennsylvania, then through New Jersey.
I know.
Then back up into New York, then over the George Washington Bridge, which cost $60.
Now you know why those people say F all the time.
Yeah, I'm reaching around. Listen, I'm getting close.
You're reaching around?
Yeah, I was doing the reach around. I'm getting close. I'm getting close to the bridge, right? And I see it's full, right? So I'm fumbling around in my cup holder with the change, going, there's about $2-3 of change in there. That'll probably be enough. $16.
Jesus Christ.
I had to break into the wallet, and luckily I had a 20 in there.
Can't you just use one of those little things, the toll
Easy
list?
Pass?
No, I don't. No, that stuff. That's surveillance. I don't do that.
Surveillance? Easy
I don't
Pass?
even drive on the throughway.
I got news for you. You're being surveilled as we speak.
Fitzy, are you surveilling us? Yes.
So,
all over Facebook.
If you got the Easy Pass, you don't have to worry about it.
Or pack your license plate with snow before you get on the throughway.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Well, they got all the new.
Don't have
There's no tolls now.
I know.
Yeah.
There's no tolls.
Just pack your license plate with snow.
I hit with all the lights when you go through where the where the whatever the fuck those things are now.
Cameras.
There's cameras over the top of the.
Yeah.
So I drove through 3 of those.
Over the top. They've got the line of. We couldn't figure out what it was
What are
2
those
years
called?
ago when we went to Massachusetts. They got them all over. I couldn't figure out what they were, and I'm like, I thought this was a toll road. We couldn't figure out where the tolls were, and then we realized they're up above.
Well, you know when I realized it the first time I drove through Massachusetts? 6 months later, when I got the delinquent notice from the lawyer in Massachusetts that said that my license.
A letter from a lawyer in Massachusetts. Shocker.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm no longer allowed to drive in the state of Massachusetts.
Shocker.
I got that letter once.
Yeah, a trooper buddy of mine has given 2 thumbs up. Make sure you have Easy Pass.
Yes.
Then no one's surveilling you.
So don't pack your license plate with snow.
That's
not a good thing.
They're watching us.
They tore down the Depew, toll thing already. It's gone as you're driving to Buffalo because we went to the Niagara.
The big one?
The Niagara Outlet Mall. You know, the one that would cause you every summer they'd be backed up for miles. That's gone.
Wow.
Tore down. Doesn't exist.
I'm blind. What did that say?
Somebody
just typed something in.
Gantries.
I didn't see it. Oh, yeah. What are they called? Gantry? I don't know what they're called. I don't know if that's right.
I don't know.
It might be.
Dan, can you type that in English, please?
I can't see it anyway.
If you're watching us on Facebook Live, we can see all of you. Well, most of your comments. I think Fitzy puts up as many as he can get up there. Yeah, so we're driving down the throughway last Saturday.
Can they use the F word in their comments?
You were going to the protest, and I guarantee
it was a rally. Not a protest, a rally.
There were more people at that protest/rally.
Did you get a tea when you were down there from Best Buy, Chad? was that your protest?
I didn't break any windows.
You didn't break any
Christmas
windows?
shopping / looting.
So you didn't get my Christmas present when you were down there?
I paid $40.
Did you really?
It wasn't free.
Are we going to do Christmas presents this year, the three of us? No. Do I have to buy something?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, damn it.
I like presents. But I guarantee there were more people at the protest / what did you call it? Rally?
It was a rally. It was a
Riot.
patriotic gathering of Americans.
Yeah, there weren't any windows broken. There weren't any fires set. There weren't any cars overturned.
There was a lot of F-bombs.
More people at that rally than were at the Niagara Outlet Mall on Saturday. So we walk in. My husband wanted to go early.
Michael.
He goes,
Michael says, fucking fuck. I love it, Michael.
Gantries is what they're called, the overhead thingies.
Gantries.
That have
Gantries?
that have the cameras
Who knew?
on them. Yeah.
All right, the listener IQ is a little too high for my liking.
Is that the word for the day? Gantries?
I bring very smart people with me from years of being on radio here in Rochester.
I love it.
Right? Don't you love it? Yeah. So we get to the mall for Christmas shopping. We're 2 weeks from Christmas, right? The mall is a ghost town. I've been to that mall where you can't move. There were no lines outside of any of the stores. Mm-hmm. There were no lines for Santa. I couldn't believe it. But half of the restaurants in the food court at the Niagara Outlet Mall.
So let's talk about the lies then. Why, if it's happening, why is the positivity rate, the contagion rate, the death rate, why is it all allegedly going up then?
I don't know.
Everybody's staying home.
Nobody was at the mall, I've got to tell you. I look at my husband, I'm like,
nobody's going to church.
Oh my God, where is everyone?
It's all a lie.
Yes, it's all a lie.
They want you to believe something that your own eyes don't see.
Lies.
Your own eyes went out and saw. Your own eyes saw that there's nobody out there.
Tell me lies.
So who's getting sick and where are they getting sick?
I have no idea.
Wegmans, Home Depot?
Lowe's?
They're all going to your house,
You
Chad.
have to make a reservation to go to church.
Do I have to get the spray out again?
You have to make a reservation to go to Christmas Eve Mass in Rochester at churches that are typically packed. They are now taking reservations to go to Mass. Do you need a reservation to go to Home Depot?
And I have to tell you,
what's so essential about Home Depot right now? If the pandemic is so bad.
Because no one has anything to do. So they're sitting around looking at their kitchen going, I hate this freaking kitchen. I've got to do something
Remodel
with this
your kitchen and hire Revere Realty. Join the revolution.
Sell your house. I'll sell it for you. Thank you to Fantuzzo Acupuncture.
Oh, yes. Fantuzzo.
For loving us and advertising with us. And
a real American.
Fantuzzo Acupuncture, of course, they do... the
cupping.
The cupping, and they do everything.
They stick needles in you.
They do CBD oils. Anything that makes you feel better, I'm all for. Right? They're little bitty. You can't even feel them.
Little bitty needles.
They're little bitty. I'm not a needle girl.
That's
all
what,
right.
That's what Tom's wife says.
I did acupuncture for years for fertility.
Come on, it's funny, Fitzy. The little itty bitty thing that he sticks in her.
Right.
Right. So speaking.
Nobody believes that, Chad.
Speaking of Tom.
Nobody believes that in your 3-second miracle
I'm going to show you the cutest dog ever. Have you seen Tom's dog?
Oh,
this is Bailey Marie.
Is this Ringo?
Do you get your dog Christmas gifts? Look at her.
That's Bailey Marie.
Look at that dog.
Meow.
She's a total
fucking barking cat. Look at it.
She's a total bitch.
That's
Bailey Marie.
That's a barking cat.
Your dog has a middle name.
Yeah, it's Bailey Marie. Yes, we call her Chica.
It's a barking cat with fluffy ears. Let's face it.
Aw, it's Chica. We love her. She has about 15 people in her circle of life.
I know, Veronica. Look at that. I looked at that. I'm like,
don't spray me anymore either.
You kind of look like your dog.
I do.
You're cute like your dog.
Aw.
Cute.
We got her a Christmas ornament this year with Bailey Marie on it.
Of course you did. Of course. See what you're missing out on,
all right.
Chad.
I got nothing left, Fitzy.
That's what middle age does to you.
So wait, so you paid $40. Where does that money go for that T-shirt that says "We the people are pissed off"?
Joe Biden's campaign fund?
Hopefully not to the IRS. I paid cash. I bought 2 of them. I bought one for my son, too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I bought 2 of them.
You know, in credit, your son had to work, and you said you can't call in, so you got to go to work.
Yes, I told him Cal Ripken never miss a day of work, and you got to go to work.
I like that.
Yeah, he really wanted to go. He's been going to things like this for a while with me when I've ventured out to these rallies, not protests.
But I like it that he takes his responsibility and obligation seriously. I like that.
Yeah, with a little bit of a boot in the ass, he did, but yeah, so the group, here, let me show you the back.
Really someone says, love the dog. My past dog had a middle name. Our chocolate lab is Gracie Lee Freebush.
Oh, sure she is.
Yes, Stay Loud.
We love our Papillons.
That's the group.
Hello.
Stay Loud.
Yeah, there's this group down in, real quick, I'll try to make this quick. There's this group down in Long Island, and they got themselves organized a while ago when all this stuff started happening.
Yeah.
They formed this group called Stay Loud, the Loud Majority. And if you Google their group, you'll see some of their rallies that they've staged. They've gone, if you've seen the one where a group of people, a couple hundred people, showed up at Cuomo's mansion in, I believe it's Mount Kissack, north of Albany, or actually I think it's south of Albany. Mm-hmm. They showed up at his house. Last week was his birthday. They told him happy birthday. They've done a lot of rallies at his house. This group is, literally loud. They've been very active and very vocal with all the shutdowns and things like that.
Joined them, yeah.
Yeah, and I went down there, and they're the ones that hosted this. They opened up. They have a big, huge warehouse. It looks like they do RV and limo servicing.
Yeah.
But they opened up their warehouse to a group of about 200 people. And like I said, it was like an episode out of The Sopranos. I parked my truck. I walk in. You walk into this warehouse, and there's just a couple hundred people hanging out. And then they had speakers. There was a Navy SEAL there that spoke.
Oh, that's cool.
Gave a phenomenal speech. This Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
One of the things that
is it the one that killed Osama bin Laden?
No, that's
yes,
I read his book. Roberts, phenomenal. That's a great book.
I read his book too.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I
The
don't
Operator.
read.
It was called The Operator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have a cool at the
rally?
riot?
At the riot?
So speaking of lies, so your aunt
Why is she looking at me?
gets off the plane in Rochester over the weekend, right? So she flew in from California. Let me just tell you this. You are not obligated, nor do you have to stop and give any information
She's a lawyer, too.
to the National Guard. You are not obligated to stop and ask and answer any questions that anyone asks of you at the airport. So she got off the plane. She didn't realize she didn't have to stop and answer any questions from the National Guard or any of the Monroe County, I think, health volunteers are there, or they're doing something.
So she told them that she was here to see Revere Realty.
She said she's in from California. So they told her that you're going to have to take a test and submit it. And oh, by the way, the test is going to cost you $200.
I wonder who's getting that money.
So she took the test, and she has yet to be
Told the results?
notified of the results.
You can't do the fake test at CVS and you just kind of wrap it around the outside of your nose and
Here's
give it to them?
this is a whole lie. You do not have to stop and answer any questions coming in from the airport. When you get off your plane, when you disembark, you do not have to answer any questions.
So you walk through the airport like this, Kimberly?
That's right.
I'm not answering any questions. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm sorry. You don't have to be rude. You can be, very polite. Sorry, I don't have time. Or sorry, I choose not to speak to you to tell you where I've been. You don't need to know where I've been, where I'm going. You don't need to know any of it.
You can say,
it is your right as
fuck
a
off.
free citizen in the United States of America that when you get off your plane, of which you have flown domestically, you don't have to answer any questions at all.
Right.
This is not Nazi Germany. You do
Not
not
yet.
have to. You don't. And I'm amazed at the people that stop and answer the questions. You don't have to. They can't arrest you for not stopping and answering the question.
it's for your safety.
What about the guy at
Kimberly.
the mall that asks you the do you have to
You
stop
just
and answer
keep on
those?
walking, man.
No,
Just keep-
you don't have to
just
answer those.
Keep on walking. And the
It's
other
for
thing
your
is,
safety.
see, it's a brainwashing
It's for
tool.
your
It's
safety.
a whole brainwashing ridiculous thing.
You want grandma and grandpa to die, Kimberlina. You want little babies dying.
Apparently.
You want everyone to die.
No, I got a Santa shirt on. Of course I don't.
You want everyone to die. You want everyone to get COVID and die.
So there's the other thing, too, is that basically
she's pointing.
This whole COVID thing has made discipline issues out of people at their workplace. Because now there are some corporations, you aren't forthcoming with, oh, I feel sick, or hey, I was around someone with corona. And if they find out,
should I give it to him again?
they can suspend you.
Get that shit away from me.
Did you know that?
Yes.
They can suspend you without pay for saying, when you come into work and they take your temperature, have you been around anyone? And then they find out if you have, they can suspend you without pay, and you might lose your job. So there's a friend of mine who works for a corporation. I'm not going to say which one. It's a big one. Was not exactly forthcoming at how she was feeling on that particular day, and now she's suspended from her job in the city.
Does she want to get a real estate license?
She should, right?
Right.
How can they do that? Again, this is a violation of your rights. Doesn't HIPAA have something to say about this? Are we now, we have to say, oh yeah, I'm not really feeling great. Anybody could have a tickle in their throat or a little cough. You don't know if you have COVID. And by the way, I'm not going to voluntarily go and get a COVID test because now they'll hold it against you.
Perception, the old saying is perception is reality, right? The vast, vast majority, you made the sheep noise a little while ago. Look, I know there's people out there that don't like to be called a sheep.
I know.
But you know whether or not you're a sheep.
They are a cute little animal, though, right?
You ask yourself, do we have any pictures of sheep?
Are they as cute as Bailey Marie?
No.
No.
That is your dog? No.
You ask yourself
I know.
whether or not you're a sheep. You know.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're listening, if you're watching, you know whether you're a sheep. And perception has become reality. So if you perceive that it's legal to be fired, if you perceive that you're obligated to wear a mask because when you walk into a store, they have these pre-printed signs plastered everywhere. If you perceive these things and then you go along and you comply, you go along to get along, then it becomes the de facto law. There is
brother.
There is no law. There is no constitutionality to any of it. Yet compliance becomes de facto law.
They brainwashed you.
So you have to stop complying.
Yes.
And the sheep mentality comes with this. And I've said it many times, and that is that everyone that puts a mask on and walks into Wegmans and says, well, I'm wearing it because I have to, that's mentality.
It is.
Because the moment Wegmans stands at the front door and says you don't have to wear a mask, the 99% of the people that yesterday said I have to wear this mask, they're going to take the mask off. They're not going to wear it anymore.
No.
So it's simple. It's as simple as that. It's just de facto compliance. Stop complying, and if everyone does it in mass, then it won't be the law or the rule anymore.
So basically, they've taken a minor cold where the recovery rate is 99.5%.
99.89% is the
recovery
total recovery rate in the United States right now.
So now they've made you a bad person. Now they've made you into a bad person because you don't want to be forthcoming with, man, I've got a little tickle in my throat. I'm not feeling so great. But you know what? I can't miss a day of work because I've got kids to feed. Now they've made you a bad person. They find out, some way, somehow, oh, so-and-so has been around people with COVID. Then they suspend you. You're suspended for 14 days, 15 days, 30 days, whatever it is, without pay because they don't have to pay you for quarantine.
It's illegal to be sick in America.
It's that could possibly ever come out of this is making people into criminals over a damn cold, really.
But but again, I don't want to. It's our fault. We're complying.
I know.
If you continue to comply, if you answer the questions, if you follow the ridiculous mandates, and you do it just to go along. If you rationalize it and if you make excuses and continue to do it, then, of course, the government continues to pile on. Well, they're following the rule. We'll add another one.
I hate that,
They followed another
Tell me
rule,
lies.
add another one.
Tell me sweet little
They tell you the lies and you believe them.
Here, I don't.
Oh, no, you can't disguise.
It's never a lie if you have a picture.
A picture?
I have a neighbor. I don't know about your neighbors, but I have two neighbors. I'm gonna
I
break
have
down
great
two of my
neighbors
neighbors.
except one. I have one shitbag neighbor.
I have.
What's their name?
What
side of their
Everybody
house?
has a shitbag neighbor,
I
right?
have great neighbors. So I have neighbor Lisa, who sent me a picture today of all of the meatballs that she was making this morning. I don't know if we have
All
that.
right, meatballs.
Look
Love
at
them.
that.
Wow.
Platter after platter after platter. She was rolling and making homemade meatballs. That's neighbor Lisa.
Is
Those
Lisa
big
Christmas
little
party?
meatballs.
Is it a Christmas party with her meatballs?
No.
Damn.
You don't know Lisa.
She could still.
What Christmas party?
But she
You trying to get us shut down?
The illegal
makes-
one you're going to have.
She sent me that picture today, and I'm like, it's neighbors like Lisa that make me feel bad about being me because,
Right.
I buy my meatballs frozen in the grocery section.
You might be that bad neighbor.
I make my own meatballs.
So then I also have, and you guys will appreciate this, Jimmy the Ref.
Jimmy the
So
ref.
Jimmy the Ref refs ACC football games. And this weekend, Jimmy the Ref, who will be on the show with us next week, he is officiating, is it the Army-Navy game, Jimmy the Ref?
Awesome.
Is that this weekend? I thought it was. I have to go back and be sure.
Love the Army-Navy game.
But Jimmy the Ref, who is my neighbor and lives around the corner from me, he basically said that he's officiating the Army-Navy game this Saturday, different than most years because the only fans will be cadets
Right.
from both schools in the stands, and that's it. So he makes this homemade Bailey's Irish cream. And he makes it every year, and every year he gives me a whole big carafe of it. And I still have the carafe from last year, and I kind of put it on his steps with a bottle of wine, hoping he'll refill it and make me some homemade Baileys. It is delish. I mean, he's Italiano, so he knows how to do these things, right?
Sure.
Homemade Baileys. You ever have it?
Yes.
It really is amazing.
I drink the clear stuff.
What, Everclear?
When we went camping as kids, my dad and his friends used to dip like bugs in Baileys and eat them.
That's disgusting.
Like a moth.
And now the news.
A moth. Moth tastes pretty good at Baileys.
Oh, yeah, if you're already about 10 sheets to the wind, sure it does.
And they probably were.
Anything tastes good when you're
Right.
drunk, right? So I wanted
Some
to
people have s'mores.
So I wanted to give a shout out to my two neighbors, Jimmy the Ref, who makes great Baileys, homemade Baileys, and then Lisa, who makes all the women in the neighborhood feel bad by making all these homemade meatballs.
Right.
So we have that. So speaking of your aunt who flew in, there was this video that I want to show you guys because, there's Beth, an Italian making an Irish liqueur. I know.
Is he going to Shamrock Jacks with that?
It was where the big,
Right.
Jameson bottles are.
An Italian and an Irish, they walk into a bar.
So we've all been on planes where we've noticed disgusting behavior, right? Or people just
Right.
acting ridiculous.
The Mile High Club?
So there is a woman that is on a flight and happened over the weekend. They took a video. It ended up on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but your kids have TikTok, right?
That's
Sure.
That's Chinese surveillance.
Chad's
So-
kids
for the
don't.
record.
You know how they have the TVs where you can watch like a series or a movie depending on how long your flight is? A lot of the planes have the TVs. So this woman had long hair, and she decided, and they must have been extensions. She puts her hair over the back of the seat, and it's hanging down over this other woman's, the TV in the back of the seat. Here's the
Okay.
video. You've got to see this. The lady, after she had flipped her hair forward a couple of times and said, "Can you please not put your hair there?" starts doing things to the lady's hair. I don't know.
All right.
It looks real to me.
Spraying Lysol
Here
on
is.
it?
Yeah. Here. Right? It's crazy.
I'm going fake news, Kimberly.
All right, so the Monroe County Jail, right, and jails across the country are doing this because, you know, their inmates are testing positive. There are sheriff's deputies across the country that are working in these jails, and all of a sudden they're testing positive. Of course, you're going to have a high positivity rate if you're testing everyone and their brother, right? You're going to have the positivity rate go up. It's just
science, right? Hashtag science. Real.
That's what's going to happen when you test everyone, that even though they don't have any symptoms or asymptomatic, they're going to have it. So the Monroe County Jail says, you know what, here's what we're going to do. We feel bad for the inmates, even though they've victimized who knows how many people in their lives. And we're going to give them 2 15-minute phone calls a week and a 30-minute video call every week. And it's only going to be at a minimal cost to the families.
Can they save 15% on their car insurance by doing that?
And my thought is, why are we reducing the cost, right? And there are some people that are saying, well, these phone calls and these video calls for these inmates should be free. Because we're in the land
free word again.
We're in the land of COVID.
We're in the land of free.
We're in the land of free.
Everything's free.
And so, people were having a discussion, and someone says, well, stats say that the more an inmate has contact with the outside and their family, its statistics show that they don't reoffend.
That about conjugal
tell me
visits.
Lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Lie. Lie number 5. Lie. First off, where are the stats that say inmates, if they have contact with their outside family and relatives, don't reoffend? I'd like to know where people, if they just dragged that out of their backside and thought it sounded good, because I'm going to give you an example.
Politics.
Taekwon Rivera. You know
Taekwon,
him. You
our
know
boy.
Taekwon
Rivera?
Yeah, he's the
shot
guy
a police officer.
almost shot and killed Anthony DePonzio.
Anthony DePonzio.
Oh, yeah.
Played softball with his old man.
He went to jail. He basically bonded out because he hit the age limit, right?
Right.
Yeah, he was convicted as a juvenile.
And ever since Taekwon Rivera has been out, he has reoffended and reoffended and reoffended.
Recidivism.
And reoffended. How many times has he screwed up on his parole?
Apparently 4.
And then he got busted 3 times this year, twice for drugs. And you know where Taekwon is?
He's back in, I think.
He's living in Greece.
Nice.
He's living in Greece. Hopefully not.
Is he one of your neighbors? Is he making you meatballs tonight?
Not my side of Greece, hopefully. Hopefully he's on the other side of Greece. Is that, because
the other side of the tracks.
There's North Greece, there's Greece, there's slum Greece, and then
Snooty. She thinks she lives in Pittsburgh, Tom.
There's ghetto Greece.
We only have one Chili, Kimberlita.
Let's break the news.
All are welcome.
Wait, some of us live in North Greece.
Oh, okay.
I hate to break the news to the two of you, but there's just Greece.
No, there's North Greece because there's a North Greece fire department.
All right, look. I'm gonna further break this down.
Well, you live
for
in East Hood, so
I'm gonna further break this down for the two of you. You guys live on the west side, okay?
Yes.
You live on the west side. That's the bottom line.
Proud to be a West Sider.
He just insulted us.
You're on the west side.
He just insulted West Siders.
On the west side. They think
unbelievable.
One of them thinks they live in North Greece, and the other one thinks that they live in Chilai. They both live on the west side. Tom's in Gates, and
West
Timberline
Siders,
is in
baby.
Greece.
West Siders.
Is there a West Side?
Yeah, West
Fitzy's
Side.
in there giving us the gang symbols. Unreal.
That's my symbol, the big L. Boing, boing, boing. Yeah.
I live on the north side.
So Taekwon Rivera, you can't say that people, if they have contact with their relatives on the outside, aren't going to reoffend. I mean, recidivism among inmates is sky high anyway.
Yeah,
I don't even know where
stupid,
they're finding these stupid statistics. And here's the thing that I can't stand. The people on Twitter and online believe this shit. You believe it. You eat it up. You think it's the truth. It's not.
Well, you believed the lady stuck gum in her hair and didn't know it.
There's a video.
You believed that?
There's a video.
She saw it. I believe it. I saw it.
Thank you. Right?
Right. Okay.
I am going to need a retainer though to help you make that argument.
Linda says both have the same cops. You mean in
North Greece and South Greece?
Is that? Does she mean
She means the hats that the girls on the plane were wearing.
Oh.
The same
See?
They
So-
were wearing the same hat?
Further,
Yes. According to her.
further debunking of Kimberly's theories.
Wait, are you saying something has been set up on the internet?
Now she gets it.
I'm so
Shocker.
shocked. I'm so shocked by that.
It's
How
just
many-
another lie, Kimberly. You've been now. Look, now even
How many,
Kimberly's telling us lies.
how many TikTok followers does she have now?
Oh, off the chart.
Off the charts, yeah.
Kimberly's revolution is officially a lie now.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
You know, here's the thing. I would never lie to you guys.
Tell me
You just
lies.
did.
Oh,
You just tried to
no,
pass
no.
off a
You
fake
can't
video
disguise.
No.
as truth,
I've got to.
as a bit.
I've got-
You tried to pass off a fake video as a bit.
Okay, so no, I did. One, two. It looked real to me.
Okay.
I've
It
always
looked real
heard that
to me.
word bit. I always wanted to say the word bit. Not part of.
I've got a Christmas gift for you guys, and I know we're having our Christmas party next week. We have folders.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, don't get too jealous. We have folders, guys, and a party.
Join the revolution.
We have folders.
We've
and
already
a party.
named the bar at the party COVID.
So when they say 2020 has been a shit year, they lie. That is not true.
We're
because
only going to allow 6 people in the building.
2020 has been a great year for me because I have met Patty Bardine,
Yes.
who introduced me to you guys.
All right.
And then I get to come out and hang with Fitzy, whom I haven't seen in years.
Fitzy.
Hey, Fitzy.
Here we are. And so it's 2020 has been a great year for me.
Talk about unusual things that I've seen. Do you notice that the new trees they planted on 490 are all 6 feet apart, or is it just me? No, seriously. You see the new trees
Would
on
somebody
490?
get him a friend?
Here, Patty. Nice folders.
He's got a barking cat, and he notices how far apart they
Did
plant trees
somebody
on
else
490.
notice that, please?
No, nobody noticed that.
I've got a
I
You
great
will
notice.
now.
I did notice that there's a barking
there's-
cat on my screen.
There's
though.
Bailey Marie.
Meow.
I've got a great gift for you guys. So next week,
We're going to buy gifts?
next week is the Christmas party.
Well, hold on.
Do we have a price of
Is it
these
being-
gifts?
Is it being catered?
It might be next week.
Might be next week.
Wait.
It might be the following week. The party might have been last week.
No.
It's all.
Was I not invited?
It's all a myth.
Was I? Okay.
The
so
party's illegal, so we have to keep it quiet.
I've
We
got
can't tell anyone
I
about
got
the
a
party.
great book for you guys to get someone you know.
I don't read.
It's called Eat My Balls and Like
Oh,
It.
The hell?
Seriously, you got the picture of it? This book is called Eat My Balls, speaking
Really?
of meatballs, and like it.
So much for the Christmas party.
okay. Cracker
You should
Barrel.
Get that book for someone you love. Eat My Balls.
Can
and
put it
like
next to Thomas Paine in the bathroom, Chad.
Listen, it's on paperback. How can you go wrong? How can you resist? It's in paperback.
I have high-powered
It will cost you-
constitutional literature laying around in
Yeah.
my office.
That's all full of fecal matter.
It will cost you $6.99. Is that how much it was on Amazon? Yeah, Eat My Balls and Like It. How can you resist that book?
How many times are you allowed to say "eat my balls" on a podcast?
Well, you are talking to the two guys with the biggest balls in Rochester, right?
Well,
There you go.
that is true. Absolutely. So one last story. You guys take
You
your
don't get
kids.
to decide when this podcast ends.
Oh, I don't. Whatever. I'm good. So I was you guys took your kids to see Santa, right? Did you see Santa, Eddie?
I saw Santa at Eastview this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go see Santa at the public market.
Lori looked at me a little strange when I told Santa he was sexy.
No shit, she did.
Are you hitting on the mall Santa?
He was sexy.
Are you?
Poor
You think
Santa.
Santa is sexy?
I do, yes.
Yeah, and you had to say that to the guy.
Yes.
So not only are you making,
There was
your-
nobody there.
your wife
just
uncomfortable.
like at the
The only
outlet
thing
mall.
more perverted than a mall Santa would be Tom Morgan talking to a mall Santa, telling him he's
There was
sexy.
no, but there wasn't any kids or anything. There was nobody there.
So you told the Santa he was sexy. That's
Yes.
nice. There is a Santa
Always compliment your Santas.
at a mall outside of Chicago, and this family took their 4-year-old to see Santa, and the 4-year-old, and you can't sit on Santa's lap anymore. Did you guys know this?
You can't?
You have to stand in front of, off to the side of Santa, and tell Santa what you want. So this is all on video. They have the exchange, and the kid asked Santa for a Nerf gun. One of those little boy things, right?
For a mask?
He wanted a Nerf gun for Christmas, and woke Santa said, "You
No.
can't have a gun, and you can't have a Nerf gun."
Right.
Your parents can get it for you, but Santa from the North Pole, you'll put your eye out.
You can poke your eye out.
You put your eye out, kid.
Kevin Meaney.
No.
I know the
Christmas
story. That was
Yeah.
Kevin Meaney's shtick
So
too.
the mall Santa over the weekend on Sunday afternoon when this family.
Is this local?
No, it's outside. I said it was outside of Chicago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, the kid is standing in front of Santa, as it is, and telling Santa what he wants. And Santa very loudly said, "No, kid, Santa doesn't bring guns, not even a Nerf gun."
So now this Santa has to have a pillow on his lap.
You're allowed to have 7 bullets, I think, according to Governor
Nerf
Cuomo.
gun?
You can have 7 bullets in your gun,
And your Nerf gun?
in an orange zone. In a yellow zone, you can have 9 bullets in your gun.
Is that right?
It's just science, people. Follow the science, okay?
Don't be
That's actually funny.
a turkey.
Follow the science.
You
Can you
don't
have
want
you
to
actually?
be
Yeah, that makes
a
sense to me. You
on
can have more or
Thanksgiving.
less bullets depending on what zone you're in.
Yeah. Listen, the orange zones are a little bit more dangerous than the yellow zones, which are a little bit more dangerous than the green zones. So it's just science, people.
And if you're in the inner city, you don't even have
Joe
to have
Pesci
you
over
don't
here.
even have to have
I
a
thought, it
legal
was,
gun.
I thought it was Cuomo mixed with Shatner.
I thought it was. I
wasn't
thought
sure.
it was a little Pesci in there.
Shatner. I like Shatner.
It was Shatner.
Hey,
you're
listen,
I
right.
call my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law, that's his nickname.
You
is
might have a
Shatner.
future.
As Andrew Cuomo.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, you might.
Right.
You
Nobody-
might have a future.
Tell me lies.
I am
Tell
40
me sweet little lies.
I'm 46 years old. Nobody has ever promised me a future. I've been told my whole life I have no fucking future. So I appreciate those remarks.
There might be something for you in this life. I don't know what it is.
And Greece. North Greece? Where are you? North Greece?
Greece.
And
North
North Greece
Greece.
is going to immediately be put into a red zone for those comments.
You know what? You know what? You're just jealous. You're
Is
jealous. You know why?
North Greece going to
Because
secede from the Union?
I have meatballs and homemade Baileys. That's what I've got.
Look it.
What do you got?
North Greece, it's just science. North Greece is going to be in the red zone.
You're jealous of my red boots. You're just, I don't know what's wrong with you.
We're going to Foxy's after we leave Fitzy's.
Have you? And
Show the
my
boots.
Santa. Show the boots.
Come on, Foxy. Foxy
There we go.
lady. There they are.
There they are. They're my red boots.
She tried to hijack Tom's costume.
So next week
Yes. What are we doing next week?
is the party, right?
I think it's next week.
It is. It is the party. It is the party.
There's only going to be 6 people
I don't
there.
think we've invited anybody
Socially
yet.
distanced.
You want to check out Kimberly's Revolution on Facebook. It's the fan page, Kimberly's Revolution on Facebook, right? Also subscribe on YouTube to Kimberly's Revolution. Did you get a letter or a phone call from anyone this week?
He
Are
did.
you behaving? What do you mean?
said you got a phone call from.
Oh, yeah, I did. I got a phone call from Bob Duffy's office today.
What did you do now?
Well, I don't know.
what did you do now?
I said a couple things on Twitter. And but look, I'm just going to say this real quick.
You know he used to be
It's 5:02.
the lieutenant governor.
Oh, God, I know that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a political hack. He's a political hack. But look,
He's
with
he's a very nice man.
with every whatever. With every put down comes a compliment. I think the saying is with every compliment comes a put down, but this is in reverse.
Okay.
So the credit that I will give Bob Duffy right now, because he deserves basically 0
Okay.
for what's been going on, because he's been sitting on Cuomo's lap for the past
Like
9
Santa?
months. Right? He's been sitting on his lap doing whatever the F he tells him to do.
You know, that's not social distancing at all.
Exactly. So I got a little aggressive on Twitter yesterday.
Shocker.
Again, shocking. Very shocking.
At Duffy's office and
Dear
his,
Mr. Hummel.
and his chief of staff.
Thank you, Patty.
And his chief of staff is Mark Cohen. But I will say this about his office, and that is that out of all of the public officials, in air quotes, right?
Yeah.
The public officials, you got Mendoza, you got Bello. And you got the various, county supervisors
Sure.
and county executives and things like that. And Bob Duffy's office has been the most accessible and the most responsive, even in the face of harsh criticism.
which I'm sure you gave.
Yeah,
Shocker.
you know me. I don't sugarcoat anything. So I tweeted something to the effect of, does Bob Duffy have a moral or perhaps a legal conflict of interest when he's literally taking businesses' money in the form of memberships at the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
He derives a pretty healthy salary and benefits
From this.
from that money.
Yes.
And at the same time, he's literally right now working with Andrew Cuomo to shut down
shut 'em
business.
down.
Deciding
So-
winners and losers.
So forget
Right.
about what you think about whether or not businesses should be shut down. I don't care what side of the fence you are on, whether you think they should be shut down or whether you think they should be open.
Right.
The reality is Duffy's working with the shutdown of the
Right.
businesses that he's taking money from.
Yeah.
So isn't that a conflict of interest?
It's a racket.
Yeah. So
It's a
so his
racket.
chief of staff reached out to me on Twitter, and we had an exchange.
And told you to stop it.
Basically, we had an exchange, and then we decided we would talk on the phone.
Dear Mr. Hummel, you're being mean.
Exactly.
Love Bob Duffy's office.
Yeah, love Mark Cohen. So Mark Cohen called and left me a message today. And I had a busy day, so I wasn't able to get back to him. But he called me and left me a message.
He
so,
did?
Yeah. So in the interest of, being somewhat fair, I did go back out on Twitter and I said, of all the public officials, Mendoza, he won't
Right.
respond to anyone that's been a critic of him on Twitter, even if you follow it up with a serious question. Mendoza doesn't respond
Oh,
to you.
no, nobody.
Adam Bello,
Yeah.
forget about it. Dave Seeley,
Forget about it.
forget about it. Forget about it, as they
about
would
it.
say on Long Island. They don't respond to you. But Cohen and Duffy, they will respond to you, no matter how harsh your criticism is. So Bob Duffy responded on Twitter and said, "Thank you, Chad." He was thankful that I put it out on Twitter that in the face of all of the criticism I've given you, all of the criticism that others that I know and don't know have given him, he will respond to it.
Absolutely.
So he at least stands up to it. I give him that.
I think there's some value in people that give you pushback. Not everyone can be wrong, right? Just like not everyone can be right. I value people who give me pushback.
Oh, I'm always
because I
right.
think,
Shocker.
maybe they have a point. I mean, I'm open for everything. I mean,
They have a point that he's always right.
yeah.
Can we clarify that?
Yeah.
And all of a
I'll
sudden,
clarify it for you right here,
we the
baby.
people are pissed off. I think there's good in pushback. There's good to be in opposition. You can't have everyone just going along on
They go along to get along.
Going along to getting along
Pockets.
will wind you up in a really. History has proven with pockets even.
It's got pockets.
It's got a place to put business
Pockets.
cards. I
It's
noticed.
a trapper keeper.
Revere Realty.
We get her. Can we get
Pretty.
some of those pens that have the 4 colors on the top?
Oh no, that's
Remember
extra.
those?
We
Can I-
can't afford that.
Can I write, Kimberlina, can I write hags on your folder?
What did he just call you?
A hag.
Hags, have a great summer.
What an asshole!
All right. Thank you to
Just
our
called her a
Tell
hag.
me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
our sponsor Fantuzzo.
Thank you, Fantuzzo. We appreciate it. We
Acupuncture.
really do.
We appreciate them.
Get your gift cards from Fantuzzo Acupuncture.
Absolutely. They're into holistic care. They will make you feel better. I 100% guarantee. If you want to check us out on YouTube, you can subscribe. It's free. I don't know why you wouldn't.
We have a Facebook group now.
We do. Kimberly's Revolution Facebook group. We try to invite as many people as we can, but Facebook has a limit.
Yeah, they
Freaking
don't let us
Facebook.
invite anybody.
They don't
And-
like America.
And they don't.
F Facebook.
They don't like the revolution.
And so also check us out on Apple Podcasts and give us a thumbs up on Apple Podcasts. Just, you know what?
I like Macintosh apples the best.
We're needy. So
I'm a
just
Red Delicious guy, Chad.
tell us you love us or tell us you hate us. I don't really give a rat's ass as long as you subscribe and
Tell us you love America.
that's all you need to do. And with that, as we always say,
God bless.
God bless.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit fantuzzoacupuncture.com to book online today. fantuzzoacupuncture.com.